In this video, I want to talk about several huge credit card bonuses available in January 2026. Some of these are up to 200,000 points with a value of several $1,000s, and many of them are ending soon. One of these literally ends in like one day. So buckle up and let's get into it. Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. My name is Ben Hedges, aka the Credit Shifu, and on this channel, I cover credit cards, personal finance, and travel hacking. If you like the sound of that, please subscribe. And this video is brought to you by Silo, but more on that later. So, in case for some reason you don't know what a credit card welcome bonus is, you probably do since you clicked on this video, but just in case, that is when a bank gives you a certain amount of points or cashback for spending a certain amount of money in a set period of time when you open an account. For example, 50,000 points for spending $4,000 in 3 months, or $200 for spending $500 in 3 months in the case of a cashback card. It's a way to attract new customers for the bank, but also it's a great way for us credit card enthusiasts to build up a large number of points or cashback very quickly. All right, let's get into our first bonus. The Chase Freedom Unlimited. So this card is Chase's 1.5% cashback card, and the 1.5% can also be converted into 1.5 Chase points per dollar. It currently has a $300 welcome bonus for spending $500 in your first 3 months. Now, we've already reported on this, but it is a limited time offer. However, Chase hasn't put the little ending soon thing on the landing page yet, so I'd guess you still have some time if you want to get it. But there is apparently another bonus on this card, only available in branch. Check this out from Reddit. Confirming Chase Freedom Unlimited in-branch offer of 5% on gas and groceries for a year, plus a $300 bonus. I went into my local Chase branch and got the CFU, Chase Freedom Unlimited, with both the elevated $300 bonus, 30,000 points, and the 5% back on gas and groceries for the first year. It ends on January 15th, so if you're interested, I'd get on that. And several people in the comments on this Reddit post confirm that they have got this offer too, and we also get more confirmation that it does indeed end on January 15th. So potentially an amazing offer since you get the current welcome bonus, which is already elevated, and then on top of that, you get 5% on gas and groceries for the first year. The poster mentioned in the comments that the spending limit for the 5% is $12,000 for the year, so that's going to be 60,000 points that you could earn, or $600 in cashback if you max it out. Plus, on top of that, you have the $300 bonus, so that takes you to $900 or 90,000 points, depending on how you redeem. If you value Chase points at 2 cents per point, then that's going to be $1,800 in value. So if you want this, run down to a branch because it ends either tomorrow or the next day, depending on how quickly I get this video out. All right, let's move on to the next one. The Chase Sapphire Reserve Business. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve business card came out when Chase revamped the personal Sapphire Reserve card in summer 2025. The bonus on the card is 200,000 points for spending $30,000 in 6 months. That is worth $4,000 if you value Chase points at 2 cents per point. Now, obviously, due to the high spend requirement, this is something geared towards actual businesses, okay? Since you do need high spend to put on the card. In the past, I got bonuses like this on the American Express Business Gold card, for example, by paying federal taxes with the card. American Express charge cards like this, Business Gold, are supposed to have no limit. Does that mean you can charge as much as you want to them and it'll always go through? Well, I just tested this by charging $21,000 to my brand new Business Gold card as my first purchase. But let's do the math on the Chase Sapphire Reserve business. You're only actually getting 6.6 points per dollar, spending $30,000 to get 200,000 points. But if you've had high bonuses on a lot of business cards already, and there's not much left for you to apply for, then this still isn't a bad option. Don't forget that 6.6 is on top of whatever the card earns in whatever point earning category you're spending in. So non-category spend will be 7.6, but spend on flights will be 10.6. So it's still way better than using a card with no bonus. This card is now showing offer ending soon on the landing page, so I would guess that you have maybe 2 weeks to get it if you want it. All right, let's move on. But first, earning 10 business class tickets to Europe just got a whole lot easier. If you want to earn millions of points, you need to keep listening. Silo Markets is the easiest way to earn points. If Built made rent earn points, Silo makes your investment portfolio earn points. Hands-off, automatic, and often worth far more than any traditional rewards program. Silo works like any brokerage, supporting stocks, bonds, and ETFs. But for every dollar you invest, you earn 1 point per year, and you can simply transfer your existing portfolio to start earning points immediately. And right now, Silo has extended its limited time 300,000 point launch bonus. So when you include that bonus, you could earn 800,000 points in your first year on one account. Silo points redeem for 1 cent per point today, so that's $8,000. But Silo's team is working on adding major transfer partners like Hilton, American Airlines, and Delta by the end of the year, which means you could fly between Europe and the US East Coast in business class 10 times for those points. Now, what about security, you may ask? Silo is in partnership with IBKR, where all assets are custodied. This ensures your assets stay safe, with $5 million in FDIC insurance and $500,000 in SIPC coverage. Silo is the simplest, most effortless way to earn a massive amount of points by investing exactly like you already do. They've extended their 300,000 points launch bonus, and it's only available this month. So sign up today with the link down below to lock that in and start earning points on your investments. Chase checking account bonus. So this deal has been around in the past, and it's back. A $400 bonus for opening a new checking account with Chase. And all you have to do is deposit $1,000 in your new account within the first 90 days. Now, there is actually an alternative bonus that you can do if you want to open a checking and savings account. Each account, however, on its own has a lower bonus. So if for some reason you don't get both of them, you're actually going to get less. But if you get both and you do the required spending on both of them, you end up with $900. You do have to put $15,000 into the savings account in the first 30 days though, and keep it there for 90 days. So those are two options depending on if you have savings and if you're willing to shift them to Chase. Just FYI though, Chase does do comedy interest rates on its savings accounts. You don't want to put more than $15,000 in, and after the required 90 days, you may want to shift most of that back out to something with a higher interest rate. On my website, I do actually have a section on savings accounts that you can get depending on zip code, some up to close to 4%. It is worth checking out. I'll put a link down in the description and a pinned comment below. All right, next product. The Hilton Amex card. Now this one is really urgent because the last day that you can get these is January 14th, which I think is tomorrow, okay? Unless I was late with getting this video out, should be tomorrow. And you can see the bonuses here, 100,000 on the no annual fee card, 155,000 on the mid-level card, the Hilton Surpass, and 175,000 points on both the Aspire card, that's their high-level card, and the business card. Now, I don't want to go into huge detail on these since I have covered them in previous videos, but I want to cover them again now since this is your last chance. Personally, I have the Hilton Honor Surpass card, the middle one. I really like the benefits, especially Hilton Gold status, which gets me free breakfast at many Hilton hotels. Anyway, let's move on, and we have just a couple more to go through. And another one of these ends this month, and that would be the Capital One Venture X business card. Now, this is kind of a comedy bonus, but not in a bad way like the Chase savings account interest rate. It's actually a huge bonus, but it's just funny the way it works, okay? So the spend requirement, it's just really high, all right? So it's a total of 400,000 miles. Capital One calls them miles, not points. 200,000 for spending $30,000. So that matches the Chase Sapphire Reserve business card, actually. But then you get another 200,000 more miles if you spend a total of $150,000 in 6 months. You're going to have quite significant business spending to be able to put $150,000 on a card in 6 months, okay? But for those that do, the points guy values Capital One miles at 1.85 cents per mile, and that gives this bonus a value of $7,400, which is obviously sky high. We have the end date for this bonus now. It is January 19th, so if you want it, get it while you can. Okay, guys, that is where I'm going to leave the video for today. Links to many of the things I've talked about will be down below. Also, don't forget, if you want to start earning more points than you know what to do with, check out Silo Markets and their limited time 300,000 point bonus offer while it still lasts. Link is the top link in the description. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.